All right. Looks like it actually worked this time. GitHub issues. Hmm. All right. What is going on, everybody? It looks like YouTube is actually working this time. You guys aren't getting a million notifications on a stream that just never makes it. Sorry about that. If you got all those notifications last time, wasn't necessarily my fault. It was the streaming platform's fault. Nothing's ever my fault. No, but I couldn't control it. I didn't know why I was doing that. Anyways, hello everybody. Welcome to the live stream. It's your boy Kilo Loco, and today we are going to be looking at some of these GitHub issues. So I already had some issues. Well, I ran into one issue, right? We're going to be working on the Metalog app. If you're not familiar with it, it's an app that's essentially made to log different events that happen in your life. And I discussed that during my latest upload in my video. And essentially, let's take, let me see. We don't want that. Here we go. There we go. Hopefully that's better. Anyways, essentially what we want to do is we want to be able to log events, and I ran into this issue. So essentially I was able to show, or I was able to log these events. Oops, let's go ahead and not do that. This is what happens when you're running two different computers to do two different things. All right, so this is the Metalog app right here. And what we're going to be doing, what's going on, Mohammed? Thanks for joining the stream. All right, so what we're going to be doing is be looking into this bug. So I want to show you. So I already have some data persisted, and then we want to essentially do a thing, right? Do a thing, and let's say that happened today, and then blah blah, right? Blah 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 blah, something like that. Anyways, when we go to do a thing, what we're supposed to be able to see are all the different occurrences of this event, right? So essentially you have this event and then it's supposed to list all the occurrences, and you can actually see right here that it has a count of 1 right there. And even back here, it's showing that it has a count of 1. Maybe the UI is not the best. I understand. I'm still working on it. Give me some time. But essentially what it's supposed to look like is this right here. So as you can see right now, all I'm doing is just showing the IDs of the occurrences. We're not showing any details or anything like that just yet, but we are showing the IDs. And what we want to do is we want to fix this bug, because right now we're supposed to have 4 occurrences and we can only see 3 occurrences. And the goal for today is to actually figure that out. We got Ronaldo coming in the chat. Good evening, everyone. Cheers, Kilo. Good to see you back. Yep, I'm back. I'm happy to be back. It makes me feel great to be back. This is what I like to do. So if y'all see me streaming, that means that things are going pretty good. Things are going pretty good, right? Not perfect, but pretty good, and we're gonna live with pretty good. All right. So that works. All right. Let's go ahead and make sure I have this set up. All right, so first I want to show you where I'm pulling these issues from, because it's good for context, right? Who doesn't like some context on what's going on, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to GitHub. I'm gonna go over to the repo, and we'll take a look at the issue. What's up, Bubba? Oh yeah. I need privacy right now. I got the little one over here. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, Bubba, I need some privacy. If you could close my door too, please. All right. So we got some issues. This is the Metalog repo. Jeez, that was loud. So what you can see is the issue is that the initial occurrence is not showing. Like I was demonstrating right here, we have each of the subsequent occurrences showing, but we don't have the initial one showing, right? So if we go back over to the do a thing, right, we don't see it showing, but if we add another instance, I got to fix this issue too. We'll add another issue right there. But yeah, now you can see the subsequent occurrences showing, and this is the issue that I'm trying to resolve, and this is issue number 1, and then we'll also create another issue or whatever. So, and then, you know what? Let's just go ahead and create another issue. This is how easy it is to get in with open source when you're just starting out. You find a bug has 2+ signs. It's not supposed to have 2+ signs. You take a screenshot. Hold on. Take a screenshot right there. Bam. Say, hey, this is not supposed to do that. And then let's see, new issue. And then we'll say multiple what is it? List item actions or something like that. What's going on, CDE solutions? Multiple list item actions or repeated list item actions. And then essentially, what's going on, Lucas? Essentially what we want to do is explain what it's supposed to do. So or explain what's going on. So when swiping right, you can see 2+ signs when there are only supposed to be 1. Right? And then we want to include a screenshot. Zay, I need privacy. Can you please close my door, please? Xavier. No. You can't do it right now, Bubba. $10 minutes, Zay. Zay, give me 10 minutes. I'm busy. All right. So we got this screenshot in here, and then close my door, Zay Zay. All right. So we have the text in here. We have essentially it showing what's going on, and then we just simply submit a new issue. So that's how you can help contribute to this repo if you wanted to contribute. But now we have 3 issues, and we're going to try to take down the first one at least, maybe do something for the second one. But yeah, so this is the one that we want to take down. So I see that we're missing the first occurrence, and the first occurrence is created when the event is created. So actually, this is exactly where I need to look. So we have the create event, and then this is where we're creating the occurrence right here. And this is where the bug is at. So we create this occurrence, and we create this occurrence first. As you can see, we save the occurrence first. We create it with the event ID. We pass the event ID right there, and then we create the oh, that's actually pretty easy. I think it might actually just be this event ID. So I actually created this event ID, right? But I never actually passed it to the new event that's being created and saved. So yeah, I thought it was gonna be a little bit. Well, hold on. Well, let's make sure that this is the issue, but that's probably the issue right there. Sometimes they're simple. Okay, so let me see. Do I need to do that anywhere else? No. Nope. Yeah, that would definitely do it. And actually, if we wanted to do it correctly, we would actually update that too. Hold on 1 second. This is just for testing purposes, but yeah, we would want to make sure that everything is done right. Okay, so I think that might actually even resolve the issue. So with the fix, and then we do simply added the event ID. All right, let's go ahead and save that. And with the fix, all right, so that one was a little bit easier, but sometimes that's how it is on open source. Sometimes they're easy. I just apparently missed this little line of code, and that fixed it. So let's go ahead and add that change. All right, so for those of you that might be new to open source, I want to show you something. So since that was a relatively easy fix, we already got it working. I want to show you something. So notice that I have my GitHub repository, right? We have my GitHub repository. We have some issues in here, right? And then we have just implemented a change that fixes this issue right here, right? And then there's like a comment, and then we could close out the issue, and we could do all this manually. But if you were to actually use the keywords that are provided by GitHub, then you can actually do it all in like one go. And what I mean by that is, like, if I add a comment to this fix, so let's go ahead and get into that repo. So Metalog, and it doesn't matter whether we do iOS or whatever, but we'll just Git Status, double check, make sure that it's only one file being modified. It's this event effects file. Let's go ahead and update that. Git add, Git Commit -m, and this is the important part. So right now, well, let me actually, so for those of you that might not be too familiar with source control, what we're gonna do is we have this one untracked file. All that means is that we made some changes to this file, but we haven't essentially saved these changes to our Git repository, whether that be locally or up in the cloud or whatever. And we need to save those changes. So what we want to do is we want to commit those changes, which means save the changes, right? So what we do is we do Git Commit -m, that allows you to leave a message, and you could either leave one word, in which case you don't need the quotes, the double quotes, or if you're actually going to write something in there with spaces, then you would use the double quotes. And in order to fix this issue by simply pushing it or having it part of the pull request and not having to manually close out the issue, what we have to do is we have to use, there's some keywords that GitHub uses. Watch, so GitHub keywords to close issue. Here we go. This is a good one. Look, it already pops up right here. I don't know if this is the official one, but these are the keywords that you can use. This is not GitHub, but like I know that these work. So when I create commits for a repository, generally the phrasing that I use to commit is like an action item, like a present tense action item. So in this case, it's going to be fix issue number 1, and then I might elaborate on what issue number 1 is. But as you can see, it's going to be closes or close. I like to say that present tense, or I don't know exactly how to say it, but essentially this is what the format is going to look like. So fix number 1. This key phrase right here will automatically close out that issue when it's merged to main, and we won't have to manually close that issue. So fix number 1, and then we'll just put initial occurrence created with event ID or something like that. I don't know, something like that. Anyways, we look at our Git status. We should be working on a clean tree. When we're on a clean tree, we can then push. Now, if you're contributing, essentially what you're going to do is you're going to create a branch. You're going to push to that branch, and then you're going to do the pull request on GitHub, or you could do it. You could technically do it from the command line. however you want to do it. But yeah, but you're going to do Git Push. Since I'm the owner, I can just push straight to main for the time being because we're not in production and it's just me working on the project right now. And if I go ahead and refresh this, we should actually see that it's closed. Oh, it was already closed. See, so notice how it's already closed and it will already be tied to this commit. So it happened just 10 seconds ago. We can click on the commit. We can see the changes. We can see what's been changed. Why is it different? How does it fix this issue? And now we only have 2 issues, which is pretty cool. So that's going to be it for that issue. You know what? We found this issue. I don't think I'm ready to tackle issue number 2. So let's go ahead and try to fix this. So we have this double list item actions thing. So let's go ahead and try to fix that real quick because I had forgotten that was even an issue. And we also need to clean up the way some of these repository or some of these directories are structured. I don't like it. It's really nasty. Look at it, just got random code just laying around. But yeah, let's go ahead and just search for, I believe it's called list action. That might be a different framework. I'm not sure. Event list action. Yeah, looks like it's a different framework. Okay, so that I might be thinking about Flutter. So there's action items, and it's probably going to be, this is the event list view. Let's go ahead and try the event view. Might have it on here. And we have swipe actions. So let's go ahead and take a look and see if we can find swipe actions in multiple places. That's the first place I want to check, if it's listed in multiple places. And it looks like it's just this one spot. So for some reason, we are getting 2 swipe actions out of this. Now, to double check that, what we can do is we can just comment that out. Let's run it. And let's see if we can still get a swipe action on one of them, because then we know that something weird's going on. Yeah. Okay, so it's definitely not working. Okay, so the issue is somewhere right here. And we have multiple swipe actions for some reason. All right, let's see. When I do it like this, we have 2. So it's either 2 or none. That's not cool. Okay, so next what I want to do is let's just see if we can do it with So we have this event view. I wonder what happens if we were to try to move this up one level. So as opposed to putting it in the event view, which I never thought it should go here in the first place, we can move it to the event list view. And then we have a for each, and then we have this event view, and we do something like this. And this may not work, but we can refactor that if need be. But we just want to see if we can get it to work, right? All right, so does it still work? It does, but it comes at the cost of that brokenness. Okay, so this is not working. I wonder what happens if I were to try to just do text. Or, or maybe it's at the wrong level. Let's try to move it outside of this so we can, as opposed to putting it on the label itself, we could put it on the navigation link because we are doing a for each, right? We put it on the navigation link. Let's try that. Let's see if that changes anything. We also want to remove this. Yeah, we want to remove this. Let's run it back. And let's see what we can get working. Okay, so it seems like the issue has to do with it being inside of a navigation link slash stack, right? So that resolves that issue, but now we have to refactor. We have to get it to, well, where were we? Here we go. We have to get it to actually do the action. So this event.send and let's see. So we want to do viewStore.send, and then we want to do the event action. And what kind of view store is this? Event list action. And yeah, this should actually be an event list action. That makes a little bit more sense. I think this makes a little bit more sense right here. And we should be able to have that case dot add occurrence, and then what do we want to do? And let's go ahead and look for our other add occurrence. Do we have one? Maybe not. Let's see. And we also need the add occurrence response too. So we'll take this out as well. Add occurrence response. So now we have two actions that need to be handled. Let's see. We should be able to pull this code out and replace it right here. Like so. This will be event list action. And everything else should work, I believe. Add occurrence. This is going to be state dot event list state. So let me see. We might have to do a for each on that one. Let me see. Let's first take a look at the event list state. Yeah. Okay, so we might have to just break on this one. And what we want to do is we want to do it on a for each. Event list action. And then we'll do event list action. And we'll do default. And then return .none. And now we might actually be able to get away with this. Let's see, event list action. Oh, yeah, that's not correct. Let me see. We may not need this one anymore because we're handling it on there, and we remove it from here. And we will do event list action. and we want to pass the ID. The ID, and that will be event.id. And we'll do, let's see, add occurrence. And this will take an ID. I think that might work. We also need to have an action path. So maybe we do need the event action. So let's back up. Got to start it all over again. Okay, so we still have this event action. We have the event. Let's see, event action. Yep. And then we just need the for each part of it to work. This all seems to still be okay. Which issue are we running into right now? Just so that. Okay, so we want to send that action, but we actually want to send the view model or the view store dot send. Okay, so let's start it off with that view store dot send, and then event list action dot event, and that's going to be our event, which covers right here, right? So that's going to be event.id, and then the action is going to be add occurrence. I think that works. Right? Right. Okily dokily. And this is not looking that great. Don't like the way that it looks. So let's go ahead and switch it up a little bit. We'll go ahead and say the label for the button is just simply going to be the image system name plus image system name plus. We got to put this right here. We got to remove that one right there. And we have to do that. We'll go back. Nope. All right. So this should allow us to still add the occurrence. And I think that everything else will still be working because now we are passing in the event ID. We're able to send the correct action. And then with the fix, we do 2. Looks like it has 2. It has 2 right there. What we want to do is we want to kill the app, make sure that it's working. And let's run that back. And it still has 2. All right, so it looks like everything worked. There we go. So now we're going to just do the same thing that we did before when we're going to save those changes, and we are going to fix number 3 this time, because remember, hey there, your project and IDE thing look awesome. Is that Swift UI with unidirectional data flow? Yes. So a little bit about the project Soy Jimmy is we are using the composable architecture, which is provided by Point Free. And this is a very similar architecture if you're familiar with Redux or the Elm architecture. Those are the main ones, but essentially you have a single state, a single source of truth. You send your events up, and then what happens is the effects happen throughout the rest of the app based off of how you code it, right? So we are using the composable architecture based off of Redux, which is based off of the Elm architecture. And yeah, that's what we're essentially doing here. So There is a bit of a learning curve. I am still struggling to learn some of this, and then coding live, you're gonna definitely, you're gonna see me learning quite a bit. But yeah, that's what we're working with. Okay, so now that we have sent our event up the chain and we are able to handle everything as expected, let's go ahead and delete this code right here because this is no longer needed. Might as well get rid of it while we're at it. Let's go ahead and I don't think we need these. That looks dumb. Okay, let's run it one more time. Make sure that everything still runs. You don't want to delete stuff and then commit it, right? And it actually did something. We're gonna do one more. Implement the fix. It should be updating to 3. There we go. We see 3, 3, 3. Looking pretty snazzy if you ask me. All right, so now let's go ahead and commit the changes. So we'll clear this out. Once again, Git Status. We can see that we are on, we have 2 uncommitted changes. We'll go ahead and add those. Git add period. That's everything in this current directory. Take a look, Git Status. Those are now green. That means that they're being tracked by Git. We will then do Git Commit. We'll specify what we're fixing. So we're going to fix number 3 and resolve repeated action item, list actions. All right. So once again, just so that you can see this happen in real time, notice that it has an open status, right? Go over here and, well, we could commit it because we're not pushing it just yet, but as soon as we push, it's definitely going to change. So, Git Push, once again, I'm able to push to main, so it's going to detect this. And let's just watch. I'm not even going to do nothing. Let's see if it updates in the background, and you can see that it turned to closed. Right there. Right there. So we were able to squash 2 issues, which is pretty good. And I saw Android Studio over there. Do you develop Android as well? Yeah. Actually, I'm working on an Android video looking at adding some authentication. So I'm actually planning on doing a video. It was supposed to come out today, but I was having some issues with view model constructors and being able to pass the nav controller in there for navigation because I'm trying to create a nav flow or an auth flow for a Jetpack Compose app. So I only code in Kotlin. I don't really enjoy doing it in Java. Yeah, I don't really know Java that well. So I could code in it, but don't know it that well. But yeah, Android stuff too. It's on the way. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today, unless y'all have any other questions. Nice short little stream. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Going to be bringing you a lot more live streams. I want to try to get up live streams a couple of times a week. I don't know how often, but definitely want to do it a couple of times a week. And if you have any topics that you want to see covered, I'm mostly going to be focusing on trying to make improvements to Metalog. I'm hoping to make an improvement to Metalog every single day, and then it should be ready before the end of this year to actually be launched. Primarily waiting on what is it, iOS 16 to go out, because this is using the latest APIs in terms of navigation. So we definitely have to wait until iOS 16 drops before we release this app. And then once this app is in a good state, I will actually begin the port over to Android, and that's going to be a native app as well. So yeah. All right, so that's going to do it for today. Thank you all for coming, and go out there, keep coding passionately.